Good afternoon, YouTube. It is your guy, Greg Martin, HCM Law. Here, I'm going to do an unboxing today. I got a couple packages in, and I figured we'll try to do an unboxing. I know a lot of them are, and some I don't, but we're going to open up some things, some things I bought, and give you some backstory as to why I bought it. Now, again, one thing I've found is one of the apps I go to quite a few times is Key Collector. And a lot of people look at Key Collector because I'm trying to, find out what's new, what's going on, and while I disagree with him about a couple things, but for the most part, it has some good insight, good information. And he has a segment on Stargirl, the CW show, and a lot of books that relate to Stargirl. And find out by looking through that pretty much all the characters in the TV show have reference in comics. Did not know that. And it's pretty nice that DC did that and went back to the old comics and found the names and characters and incorporated them into the books nowadays. So, hats off to DC for doing that. Very good to do. I like the show. I like the show a lot. And I think, if you get a chance to watch it, please do. It's totally different, but it has a good dose of reality in it. So, this box, I want to do a shout out to Thorough. He's part of the New York Warriors people, and I bought quite a few books from him. And he puts up a lot of good books that it's tough to sell because he has a lot of good books. And he put up, I've been looking for this series Batman Beyond forever. And if you do know anything about comics, you know that Batman Beyond is catching fire in the collecting world because it's a very popular character. And so I can't find it hardly anywhere. And he put it up on auction, and he put the entire first series, all 6 books. And I immediately, once I realized that he put number 1 up, I knew what they were. I knew because number 1 is a very popular book, and all through 6 as a first appearance of Ink, which is a very highly sought after book, and number 3 is a really sought after book. And he put the whole series up, so I immediately went and went ahead and bid very heavily and won. So this is Batman Beyond number 6, first appearance of Ink. Really, really good grade. So this will go immediately off to get graded. Well, it'll go in the queue to get graded. I've got so many books out there now. This is issue 5. That doesn't have to be graded, so that'll just stay. Issue 4. So all really good issues. Issue 3, that's first appearance, so that's rather important. So I may end up grading that. Issue 2, and of course, issue 1. Again, been trying to find this forever, and to have one, and like I say, my whole point is find it raw and get it clean and pressed, and then pursue the best grade you can get for it. So, very happy to get this. I was very pleased that he put it up. I know it wasn't easy for him, but he's a 2-time dad, and so I appreciate him for having the books, and he has a really good collection, I'm sure. And then to part with it was important. And so then I'm sitting there and I'm watching the chat, and then he puts in the chat, he says, I've got another book signed by a certain person coming up. And I was like, gotta stay for that because that's important. And it ended up being a Batman Beyond signed by Kevin Conroy. And Kevin Conroy, I mean, most people know, was the voice of Batman. He's been the voice of Batman for the longest time. And I think one of the things that's happened in the animated thing is like, there's certain, like Marvel's great in comic books. Marvel's great in comic books and in the movies. DC is great in animated stuff. Animated TV shows, animated movies, they always excel in my opinion. I've seen some of the Marvel stuff. It's okay. It's just not DC. And Kevin Conroy is an anchor when it comes to the voice of Batman and Bruce Wayne. He has been that since the 90s. There are many actors that have been Bruce Wayne, but Kevin Conroy started in Batman the Animated Series, I believe, if not before then, and it just carried on throughout the years. They have used him in pretty much all the movies, and all the animated stuff since then. So it's been an anchor throughout that you identify with, and I identify with that voice. So when he said that he's going to have a book signed by Kevin Conroy, I'm like, look, I got to try to get it. I mean, that's I've known that name forever. Just like Tim Daly, who was the voice of Superman for the longest time. Now, Tim Daly I knew from the show Wings, which was back in the 80s on NBC. He and Steven Weber and Christopher Bernard were the main characters in Wings. And Tony Shalhoub, who you know from Monk and Men in Black and Marvelous Miss Maisel. The first time I saw him was on that show, Wings. But Tim Daly, who I believe is the son of Tyne Daly, who starred in Cagney and Lacey back in the 70s and early 80s, he was the voice of Superman. And so he was the voice of Superman for years. And Dana Delaney, who a lot of you know from China Beach, who I've known from since she was started on Magnum PI for like an episode or two, she was the voice of Lois Lane. So what happens is that you have certain voice actors who epitomize the character and you identify with them and they just stay with you. And Kevin Conroy is that when it comes to Batman. That's the voice I want to hear. That's the voice that's in my head. And like I say, when he reprises his role of Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond, it's just like, yeah, it's the continuity. Yes, it's right. That's who it is. While there are many actors that play Batman in the live action movies, there's only one voice actor that I really care about, and that's Kevin Conroy. And so when Thorough put this up, I had to get it. Now I know he has several copies, but it was outstanding for him to do that, and I greatly appreciate it. And I will send this to CBCS to get verified. This will stay in the PC forever. So again, shout out to Thorough and the Warriors for that. Greatly appreciated. Great thing. I mean, it's I'm not gonna say it's my childhood because of course I was late 20s, early 30s when it came out, but still, good thing. Yeah. So this one is from Uncle Roman, and that's how he's known. Uncle Roman out of Detroit, who gave me such a hard time because he thought for some reason I was from Baltimore and had to come on. And Thorough was the one that allowed me to come on and kind of straighten that issue out, and we did. So straighten that out. But I don't remember. Like I said, it's one of those things where I buy so much stuff, I can't remember what I bought. But I need to invest in a knife. but I keep going. Well, as long as this has teeth, we'll keep using it. And so a lot of books here. I don't know what this is, but we'll figure it all out. So, shout out the auctions tonight that I'll be on. Chino and Manny are in our comics, 8 o'clock. I'm not sure if I'll be doing an auction tomorrow, but we'll find out. So, let's see. We've got, okay, this is the Champions one. Alright, so this is Champions. I have 3 of these Champions #1. This is one of the books I bought, first bought when I was like 13. I remember getting on my bike, riding down to the 7-Eleven, and picking this book up, rolling it up, putting it in bringing it home, and then reading it and just throwing it in my toy box, because that's what you did in 1976. You just threw it in your toy box. But this is one of those books. So I've been trying to get a good copy of this for the longest time, and Roman put this lot up, and I just had to get it. So it's a really good copy. It's the best copy that they have that I've seen. So this has a good chance of getting. I'm hoping a good like 8. I'd be ecstatic if I can get 8 on this. So I'm going to try. This will go out to CGC. I'm not sure exactly when, but it'll go in the queue, and we'll send that out. So the rest are, I want to say Champions 1 through 10. I think, no, 1 through 15. So, you know, good lot, but I really just want a #1, because like I said, I've got 3 others in much worse shape than this. But shout out to Roman, because like I say, he and I kind of like the same things. So he had this, and he said it had it for a while, but just came out, so got that. So last box I've got is from Comics, Tunes, and Toy. Oh, I don't know I'm not sure what this one is. I thought this was from Manny and Chino, but it is not. It's something else. So gotta find out what this actually is. When was this? Huh? You know, like I say, it's because you don't know people's YouTube names and stuff when it comes in. So I'm not sure what this actually is going to be. So you and I will be surprised together on this one. But we got an auction tonight, 8 o'clock, and then I'm not sure if I'll be doing an auction tomorrow or not. I'll find out, I guess, tonight. But it's the 4th of July, so I have no idea if people want to spend their night trying to find comic books or buy comic books or not, but we'll find out. But okay, this looks like some kind of slab that I bought from somebody, but I can't remember what. Guess we'll find out. Huh. But yeah, so I'm really excited to have the Kevin Conroy one. I mean, there's certain characters and actors that just stay with you. Like Cesar Romero is my Joker, hands down. And while Heath Ledger did a very good job, Jack Nicholson did a very good job, but I just remember Cesar Romero from the 60s. He was my Joker. Frank Gershwin is my Riddler, even though Jim Carrey did a decent job reprising the role. It was great. Another one, when it comes to Joker, Mark Hamill. While most people know him as Luke Skywalker, and he's my hero for the new Luke Skywalker, always will be. He was also the voice of the Joker in the Batman animated series. Absolute excellent work. And while I couldn't stand the Joker, when I realized it was Hamill who was doing it, I was just like, okay. I mean, he's done a lot of voice work over the years, just to make his living because, back then you didn't get a lot of royalties. When the 17-year-old kid on this little upstart science fiction film, that, after '83 when the Return of the Jedi was done, he was done. He was done. I mean, Harrison Ford went on to have a really good career, but the others, no. I mean, not really. So Hamill had to make his way doing other stuff. So he landed that gig being the Joker, and it really worked out well for him. So, and while it's a live-action Joker, still Cesar Romero for me. My Catwoman, I think, has to be Julie Newmar. Has to be my Catwoman. Even though Eartha Kitt was really good, Lee Merrill was great. But yeah, so this is yes. I got this from Lords of the Long Box. So that's who this is, Lords of the Long Box. They did this Buy It Now, and they dropped this down, and I hopped on it. So I'm happy to get this. I just sent one off to CGC, hoping I can get a 9.8. That was I bought from Let. Hopefully I'll get a 9.8 on that. But I got this, so I'm like, I'm really happy to get this one. So that was great because I can't remember when I got this. I want to say Monday or so, and they got it right out to me. And so shout out to them for that. But like having this one. So who knows? If I get a 9.8 on the CGC I sent out, someone else might get a chance to get this. Really, really nice stuff. So anyway, that's all my 3 unboxings. Again, great to have it. Hope everyone has a good, safe 4th of July. Have a good evening. Hopefully I'll see you around the auction. Again, shout out to all my lovely comic book friends and associates. Enjoying the hobby. Again, it's a hobby. Collect what you love and you'll never be disappointed. And just we'll see you next time. All right, take care.